Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be the start of my Beatles vinyl collection, starting off with my LPs from the early Beatles era, and this is from my first crate of 5 Beatles LPs, and I'll be also showing you my 6 smaller crates of 45s as well. Each crate I'll break up into 2 videos, except probably the solo Beatles stuff. I'll just video that in one shoot, and then yeah, hopefully I'll get all these done before I have to head back to college, and hopefully I'll release these videos every week or every 2 weeks, depending on how much I get done now and how busy I am during college. So to start off with the early Beatles stuff, I'm going to be showing stuff kind of from like the Tony Sheridan era all the way through, probably with the Beatles for this video, and hopefully I'll get this video, hopefully these videos will be kind of somewhat in a good time frame, not too long, but hopefully good enough where I can explain what I have and everything. So to start off, it's not actually a LP at all. It's my only 10-inch of my collection, and it's the Beatles with Tony Sheridan. There's the back. It has the Savage Young Beatles, and it is on this label here. And there's the B-side. Has 8 songs on it. It plays at 33 RPM. Yeah, I just saw it. It was interesting. I didn't have a 10-inch in my collection yet, so I decided to pick it up. This was released in 1982 from the UK. It's kind of an unofficial album. So speaking of another unofficial album, here we have the Decca tapes. Kind of a more modern bootleg, I like to call it. And here is the back. And it is on clear vinyl, as you can see through here. There's different variations of this. I think there's a picture disc version and then a straight cover with black vinyl, I think. So there you go. Alright, next we're going back to 1964 with the classic The Beatles here with Tony Sheridan and their guest on the MGM label. There's the back. This one is in mono, and it comes with the inner sleeve. It also had a newspaper clipping kind of attached to it. It was just a Beatles article from back in the day, so that was kind of neat. And here is the MGM label. And side 2. Hopefully I'll find one in stereo at some point for a good price. I'll get that back in there later. Trying to move along here. Next we got another Beatles featuring Tony Sheridan from, this one's from 1970, US pressing on Polydor. I won't show the gatefold just to save some time here, but there's the back. And there's the record. There's side 1. Sorry about this. Alright, next up, we got another Beatles featuring Tony Sheridan, but this is a UK issue released on Mr. Pickwick Records. Here's the back. This was released in 1976, and this is in really nice shape. Comes with the UK inner sleeve, and there's the label on the orange Mr. Pickwick label. And then I got another Beatles, Birth of the Beatles. This is an Italian release. I listened to this and it didn't really sound too good, so if you're looking for you know, earlier Beatles with Tony Sheridan. This one's probably not worth picking up. It just didn't sound the best. But this one's from 1982. Has the inserts, and it does have a gatefold. So I'll show you the gatefold real quick. Nice picture. Thing like that. Probably won't get to the record because it's in... doesn't come out normally. You have to go in with the album itself and take it out, so sorry about that. Alright. So I got a Beatlemania record, just a knockoff of the Beatles. This is the Liverpools, covering some Beatles songs. I got this for free, so it's from 1964, and there's different cover colors and things like that, so I have the white cover. So. Okay. Alright, so we got the Silver Beatles Volume 2. Do not have Volume 1, fortunately, and this is on the Phoenix label here. These were released in 1982 in the United States. And mine is on the Silver Phoenix label there. I think some of these come on a red label, if I'm not mistaken. And got a couple more volumes. This is the Beatles' early years, Volume 1. There's the songs on there, if you can see them. And this was released in 1981 in the UK. There's the Phoenix label. This one's the red Phoenix. And this time I do have Volume 2. Has the blue printing up here instead of the red. So same cover, different songs. Some more early Beatles covers as well. Also released in 1981 on the red Phoenix label there. Alright, now we're finally getting into some real albums from the early 60s. This is my UK pressing of Please Please Me. This is a third pressing from 1963 in mono. And this one, let's see if you can see that without me. It's not going to be good. But this one has the extra 33 on the label. So it's a little bit of a misprint, making it a little bit more rare. And the first two pressings are on, of course, the black and gold label, so that one had the small 33. But while they were transitioning to the more modern Parlophone label, they accidentally put the extra 33 on there. Then it was quickly fixed, and that was taken out. So, yeah, pretty cool. Happy to have it, for sure. One day I hope to get the black and gold label in my collection, but right now, price is a little bit too much for me. So I got another Please Please Me. This one is from Germany. This one's in stereo. And is on the white, gold, and red label there. Also released in, this one's released in 1964. This was sent out for US and Great Britain soldiers that were stationed in Germany. And I got another Please Please Me. This one's a later pressing from 1980 from the UK on the silver and black label with the 2 EMI box logo there in stereo. And these next two Please Please Me, they're from the 2012 reissue set. So, I got 2 of them. I do have the mono box set. So, I do have a Please Please Me and a With the Beatles in the mono box set behind me. Alright, so this one is not an LP. It's a 12-inch single of Love Me Do, P.S. I Love You, and then the original version of Love Me Do, the single version. And here's the back. I won't take out the record. The sleeve is kind of messed up. The protective sleeve is a little messed up, but it's on like the classic red Parlophone label that the original 45 came out with. This was released in 1982 for the 20th anniversary. I do not have all of them, fortunately, but I just found that and I thought it was neat at a record store. Alright, so get into a couple US albums here. This is the Beatles, Songs, Pictures, and Stories from the Fabulous Beatles in mono. And it does have the original 3/4 gatefold here. And here is the record. Pretty beat up, but I got this very early in my record collecting. It's on the VJ bracket label. So, and the Beatles is above the hole, making it real and not a bootleg. So that's always a good thing to look out for these introducing the Beatles. And this one is that you always look for the Beatles above the spindle hole, so you know, at least know that the record is real. But the covers, there's a whole bunch of different versions that you can look out for that determine a bootleg from a real cover. Alright, so next we got Beatles versus the Four Seasons. I have this in my other video, Top 10 Most Valuable Records, so I won't take it out of the sleeves here. But this was released in 1964, and it's also on the VJ bracket label. There you go. It does not have the poster, unfortunately. Okay, so next I have 4 copies of Introducing the Beatles here. And the one in stereo is a bootleg. But all the other ones in mono are real. This one is on the VJ bracket label. I'll go through these pretty quick. Sorry, it's upside down there. There's the back. This one's on the oval label here. There you go. And this one's on the small bracket VJ label. As you can see, it's smaller and it's center aligned compared to the first one. So lots of different variations of this album in terms of labels. There's like an all black one, oval, small brackets, and then you also got the different covers. There's the blank back, the ad back, which are more expensive, and there's like 2 different versions of it with 2 different songs. It's pretty crazy about that album. And here is my counterfeit or bootleg Introducing the Beatles here. And I'll show you the record here. Show you that the Introducing the Beatles is above, but the Beatles itself is below the spindle hole, and the colors just don't look great. So it's kind of a telltale sign that it's counterfeited. Alright, sorry if I'm going fast through these, but I kind of have to make this video somewhat reasonable for you guys, so sorry if I'm speaking a little bit fast or I'm not giving out that information that I kind of want to. But here is a die-cut picture disc of the Beatles Tell-All interview record here. There's the back, and this was released in 1987. So yeah, plays at 33 RPM, has the hype sticker and the original protective sleeve there. Right, this one's interesting. This is the Beatles' Taste of Honey. This is a Russian album. And there's the honey. This album has a wide range of songs, from stuff from Please Please Me to Beatles for Sale. It was like a mix of those 2 albums, so it's kind of weird. And this one's on the red label. There's also different colors for the Russian. There's like a white one as well. But it was pretty interesting. Alright, so now we're moving on to With the Beatles here. This is my original first pressing UK in stereo. And here is the label for you guys. And this one has the misprint of a Jobit credit, and it has really Gotta, Gotta on the label, but got a on the cover. So yeah, it's from 1963 from the UK. This one is a recent pickup from, this one's from Germany, and it's with the Beatles. This one's in stereo, and I just recently played this, and let's see, All My Loving has the 3 hi-hat intro, which kind of caught me off guard when I was listening to it. But this is on the white and gold and red Odeon label, first pressing, with the stereo sticker there. Alright, we're getting there. We got a few more records here. This one is another with the Beatles, but this one's from Australia. This one is in mono, and there's the label behind there. And I believe the stereo is in the old style label, so it'll look like the black and gold label from Please Please Me, but it's in silver. And I think the stereo ones, if not the very first pressings, are in there. So this might be a second. Yeah, this is a second pressing on the yellow New Modern style label. The first pressing is in old style. Okay, so we got Beatlemania. First album to be released in North America. This is a Canadian record, just on the Canadian label, capital label there. Let's see what we got next. Okay, so this one's an interesting record. This was from the Philippines with the Beatles here. I believe this is a pressing from the late 70s to early 80s, but it's on the yellow and black Parlophone label. It's kind of a weird find, but it was cheap enough where I thought it was interesting. Okay, so this one is a 1976 with the Beatles from the UK, and there's the back. This one's on the silver and black 2-box EMI label, so I won't take it out. It's in those kind of sleeves. So, alright, last two here. This one is from 1995 from the US. It's got the sticker here. This one's it's on a Capital Apple and Parlophone combined label. It's on the purple label there from the 1995 series. In very nice shape. It's still in the shrink wrap. It has the hype sticker of limited edition, and this has the Wally inscribed in the dead wax. And the last record on this video, nothing special, just the 2012 reissue of With the Beatles. So I'm glad I kept this video under 20 minutes, but I didn't do it by a whole lot. But again, hopefully I'll get all these records shown to you guys. If you have any questions about what I show, just ask them in the comments and I'll try to respond to it as best I can. Thanks.